Hello and welcome back. Today we've got a package from the Atlantic Rancher Company. Now I had never heard of the Atlantic Rancher Company before, but I did recently put a post out on the community tab on the channel asking for suggestions, see what you the consumer would like to see me cover, take a look at, and get a little bit more info on, and this was one of the suggestions. So I took a look, I really liked what I was seeing. I reached out to them and did agree to send me a sample for review. So this was again sent as a sample for review, but all the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone. I did not share this content with the Atlantic Rancher Company prior to publication. They will see this when you do. Now there are links in the description box down below. Those are there for your convenience. They are non-affiliate links. Feel free to navigate to the site on your own if you choose to do so. All right, so what is inside this package is the Atlantic Rancher Company's best-selling product. But first, who is the Atlantic Rancher Company? Because that is a question that I had myself. Well, the Atlantic Rancher Company started in Marblehead, Massachusetts in 1995, though they are currently headquartered in Seattle, Washington. The company was founded by owner Engel Saez, and they have a steep history in both fishing and hunting, and being as the company was founded in Marblehead, Massachusetts, that would be a good indication of the name the Atlantic Rancher Company, because Marblehead, Massachusetts is in fact a peninsula in the Atlantic Ocean. Now I believe the company was actually founded around the creation of what is inside this package, which is what is called the Muhammad Ali of sweaters. This is the Ranger Uniform Sweater. Now before we dive even deeper into what that is, let's take our first look by cracking this package on open. Okay. Oh, wow, yeah. Immediately could tell that that is a nice, soft merino wool. Ooh. That feels really, really nice. Oh, yeah. Now, one thing I want to check out here on the gusset, we do have this purple that breaks up some of this olive colorway. That's really nice. Ooh, this feels really, really nice. Now what we are seeing here is the 25th anniversary of the Ranger Uniform Sweater. And yes, while you're asking yourself, why is this called the Uniform Sweater? You are not alone, because that is in fact the very first line in the story of this sweater. Why would anyone call this a uniform sweater? And the story goes on to say that is precisely how it came to be, because the sweater was commissioned in 1995 by the trustees of reservations in Ipswich, Massachusetts, which is in fact the oldest conservation land trust in America, founded by Charles Eliot in 1891. They had very strict requirements for the sweater, and the sweater went through over a dozen different prototypes before it was finally approved by the Ranger himself, David Rimmer. The sweater itself is made from a 100% extra fine merino wool, and you can tell just by touching this thing it is very, very soft, yet it still has a very burly feel to it. And being a uniform sweater, it does have a very distinctive look. I actually sold sweaters that had a very similar look in my days at the Army Navy store, so I feel I have a bit of a personal connection to the sweater, both in name and style. And seriously, touching and feeling this thing for the first time, like, it has weight to it. It's got some heft to it, and it feels very soft and very smooth, yet it does have a lot of burliness to it. Like, I feel like I can wear this for just about anything and it's going to hold up while still being soft and cozy and comfortable. So it's a weird mix of how it feels. You don't really find something that feels this soft but yet has this burly of a feel to it at the very same time. It's very interesting. So I can kind of already see while people are calling this the Muhammad Ali of sweaters, because this just seems like it is certainly punching above its weight class. Now the sweater itself comes in at $348 USD. It is available in navy, olive, and sand. Now the sweater is made in Portugal, but it is in fact made out of a fine, very hefty merino wool. And merino wool itself is very pricey. It is known to be very, very soft, very comfortable, a very nice material to wear against the bare skin because it is not very itchy at all. It is also antimicrobial and naturally wicking, which means that if you sweat, it's going to take that liquid sweat layer and push it to the outer layer of the garment so it can evaporate, so your skin is on a dry layer all the time. But wool itself is inherently warm when wet, so even if you got this wet, you're still going to be able to retain heat inside the sweater while wearing it. Now, it's also antimicrobial, so as you sweat, you're not going to stink, which is very, very important. If you're wearing this to do anything active, you're going to help to cut down on that stink, because no one likes to smell. And that is one of the reasons that a lot of people actually choose to wear merino wool for travel, because it's antimicrobial. It's also very easy to wash. You can take merino wool and you can basically wash this with a little bit of Dr. Bronner's in a sink. You can rinse it out, you can hang it to dry, and it will dry very quickly. So it's antimicrobial, wicking. You can wash this by hand very easily and it will dry pretty quickly. On top of that, it is wool, so it is going to be warm when wet. So merino wool itself is a very high quality, very sought after material for a lot of garments. Some of the other key features of the sweater are the cuffs, hem, and collar, all of which are doubled up. This is a very deliberate means of construction. It adds added warmth to the neck, wrists, and waist, as well as gives the sweater more structure so you don't get that slouch that you often get with a lot of wool sweaters, and it also makes them far more durable by doubling them up. And then we also have these purple inset bi-swing shoulder gussets. So you have a full range of motion. Even if you're choosing to layer underneath this, you will still have a full range of motion in the sweater. And I also like that they are purple. So even though we have a nice olive drab sweater, which is one of my favorite colors, it does help to break it up so it kind of loosens up that military look. And then we have the quilted elbow patches that are made from a dry handle zigzag stitch, so you get extra durability on a high contact area of the sweater. Now here I am, you're seeing me trying this on for the very first time, and this feels amazing. Now I can feel the collar around my neck here. Now it's not tight, I don't feel like I'm being choked, but I can feel it there, and I kind of like it. It feels like I'm locked in, so I'm not going to get a wind gust going down the back of my neck. I don't feel like I'm going to lose any of the body heat that I'm generating inside if I'm outside wearing it. And while today is a change, it's like 40 degrees outside, it's been like 20 degrees, no higher than 27 for weeks now, and this is something that I will certainly be wearing out in those colder temperatures, but it feels so incredibly comfortable. Right now I only have it on over a light t-shirt. It's against my bare skin and my arms, and it feels incredibly comfortable. Even in the inner armpit area, or not armpit, the elbow armpit area, I guess, if you will, that's where you often will get a little bit of an itch, at least what I do when I put on some sweaters. I almost know right away if a sweater is going to be itchy by when I put it on, if I get a little itch in either of the inner elbows, and this is giving me absolutely none of that. It actually feels very, very comfortable. Going back to how I said when I'm feeling it by hand, like it feels cozy and comfortable yet burly, like it really and truly does. Like I feel as though I can go out and probably start I need to rebuild my deck in my backyard. I feel like I can go outside and wear this to rebuild my deck, and it's going to look just like this when I get done. I feel like maybe it'll have a little bit of sawdust on it that I could probably brush off, but I don't think doing any actual work in this is going to pill it up or anything. Now, for point of reference, I am 5'9". I'm a little heavy right now. We just got through the new year, so I definitely have a little bit of holiday weight on me. I'm probably pushing 190 right now, and I'm wearing a size large, and this feels really, really good. I still have a full range of motion. Again, only wearing a t-shirt underneath, but if I do layer underneath this, I have those shoulder gussets that are still going to allow me to have a full range of motion, and it feels good. I feel like I can still wear something underneath this if I had to for warmth, because it does get cold here. We will see, and usually around February, so like next month, we will see lows down in the negatives, especially with the wind chills. We will see wind chills of sometimes negative double digits, usually in like the low to mid teens, but we will see some pretty cold temperatures. Doesn't last too long, but we will get them, and this will be a great layer for that. So I can certainly wear something underneath this. Let be wearing a flannel underneath this, or wearing another long sleeve shirt underneath this, and this as a mid layer, and then a jacket over it, I have enough room. Now I also have my nifty elbow patches, which I really like. I really like the look of elbow patches. Now to me, this has the look of sweaters that I used to wear and sell in the Army Navy store. It's like a military style sweater, so it does have that look to it. We do have our Atlantic Rancher Company branding on the left shoulder there. And overall, this thing is fitting and feeling really, really nice. I am very, very impressed with what I'm seeing. This first impressions are very high, very positive. I've had a couple sweaters this year, and while I've had some other merino wool sweaters that did give me a little bit of itch in the inner elbow, I don't think that's going to be the case here. This feels so comfortable, and I really like the double up of the cuffs, the hem, and the collar, because it's going to lock me in. It's not going to let any of that heat out when I start to build up that heat that I'm going to need in those colder days, and it's also not going to allow for gusts to come down the back of my neck, up my wrists. Like when I walk the dog early in the morning, I may be throwing this on, and it's going to help to lock my cuffs and my neck. And I feel like even though it's kind of sucked in around the waist, I don't feel as though I'm wearing a very slim tapered sweater that I'm uncomfortable wearing. And yeah, like I said, I'm a little heavier right now, and this is still fitting me really, really nicely. I feel like overall it fits good, it feels good, and I have a lot of room under here. Like I can still wear stuff underneath if I needed to layer. And I feel like I can go out fishing in this, I can go out working in this, and I feel like I could still wear this around town casually and look good. This is going to be a very good multi-use sweater. Now, what I say, $349 USD for this. Now, it is made in Portugal. I have other goods that are made in Portugal. Portugal is actually known for making very high quality goods. So I know a lot of people will complain at the price point that is not American made, but you can get really high quality goods that are made in other countries besides the US. Now, I've said this in the past, I do like to buy made in USA goods. I do like when I see that a garment or a good is made in the USA, but I'm not beholden to that. I'm not locked into that. As long as the product is well made and ethically made, I'm totally okay with country of origin. And my first impressions of the Atlantic Rancher Ranger uniform sweater is that this thing is incredibly well made. I can already agree with them calling this the Muhammad Ali of sweaters. I do own quite a bit of sweaters at this point, and I can already say this is going to be probably top 3 of the sweaters that are in my collection. I'm already falling in love with this thing after only having it on my body for a very short period of time. But that is where the testing comes into play. I'm now going to wear this as much as I possibly can over the next couple of weeks. I'm going to wear this to work. I'm going to wear this after work. I'm going to the PA Farm Show this weekend with Miss Hazel Fantastic. I'm going to wear this. Now, one of the other features of merino wool in general, and wool specifically, is that it also helps you to temperature regulate. So wearing this, it's going to be a little cooler this weekend while I'm driving down and waiting for the bus to get from the parking lot to the farm show, and then from the farm show back to the parking lot. But inside, it's a big building, but it does get warm. So this is going to be a good option for me to wear because it will help me to temperature regulate my body while also looking good at the farm show. So we're going to put this right into the deep end at the farm show this coming weekend, as well as wear this for everything that I get up to. Working downstairs in the workshop, going to work. I got some lifestyle shoots coming up for work, so I'll end up wearing this to at least one of my lifestyle shoots. I'm going to put this thing through its paces, so we will see in a couple of weeks if I still am much in love with the sweater as I am right now. And I'm honestly, I think I'm going to be, because this thing, it's really, really great. So thank you for putting me on to the Atlantic Rancher Company. I had never heard of them until a subscriber had suggested it to me. So thank you for that suggestion. So far, I am very happy by what I am feeling and seeing. And I will say the heater's right over here. You can see it. I can see it in there. The heat's on right now. It's getting warm in this room, and I can feel my head is getting a little sweaty, and my head is actually my brow is a little itchy, but my body is completely fine. It's probably getting up to about, last I looked up, it was probably at about 61 degrees downstairs, so it's probably close to 70 degrees up here right now, because that was at least a half an hour ago, and it's warmer upstairs. So it's probably high 60s, about 70 degrees in this room. My head is getting itchy. This is a merino wool skull cap, and my head is getting itchy, but my body's completely fine, especially that inner elbow area. So we got a heat test out of the way, right out of the gate, and it's feeling great. So yeah, thus far, very, very pleased with what I'm seeing in the the Ranger uniform sweater. It's kind of a long name, the Ranger uniform sweater. And thus far, very happy with it. But again, time will tell. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications the next time I post a brand new video. Like the full real user review of the American Ranger uniform sweater. Good night.